Welcome. It's the Matic. It's the illest bird in the land. Welcome back to Matic. What is going on? Thank you so much for commenting, liking, subscribing. Let's get into it. Today's new video is something that is going to surprise a lot of you if you don't keep up on this type of stuff, but let's get into it. Seems like Disney is not doing extremely well. Disney is in debt for $48.5 billion. Woo! But the crazy thing about this is that the CEO, Bob Iger, wants to downsize the company. And maybe this is the best move for Disney if you really think about it, because it's not doing extremely well. Bob Iger wants to downsize Disney, and pretty much he wants to sell Disney Entertainment. Woo! I mean, when you in $1 billion debt, right? And this year for Disney just hasn't really been a good year for the company when it comes to certain things. So when I think about Bob Iger wanting to downsize it, I understand why. So let's talk about it. Marvel shows and even the movies are not doing extremely well. Ant-Man was the first, not victim, but the first movie to come out and flop extremely bad in the box office. Also, the Star Wars content is not doing good on the platform, which is very surprising because we all know Star Wars and Marvel, both of them have nice fan bases. But it is not working out for Disney when it comes to that. I think even Pixar is not doing well. I mean, Elemental has been their strongest movie, but it's not the most successful Pixar movie. Very interesting. I'm glad that Bob Iger wants to downsize the company because there are some problems. Maybe the company is getting too big and it's not working the way it should. And I'm like, okay, I get it now. Like, if they're already in $1 billion debt, you know what I'm saying? Like, does it mean that we should, like, give us more content and everything? That would be very selfish a little bit to some degree, because we got to realize they're in $1 billion debt. This man is probably like, this is the best way to go. We got to let go of some of this content and maybe even streaming when it comes down to it. Now, let's talk about some of the other issues with this. One of the issues is some of the networks are not doing good. Freeform. I don't know the last time that I watched Freeform. I know the last time I watched it is when Cloak and Dagger was on. That was the last time I watched it in the Runaways, those Marvel shows. Other than that, I don't see myself watching Freeform on my own free time. I'm going to be real about it. I'm like, what's on Freeform? You get what I'm saying? It's not doing well. The other network that's not doing well is FX. I am a little surprised by FX not doing well. I mean, FX has some heavy hitters, right? It has some heavy hitter type of shows on there, and I'm like, wait, FX not doing good? Wow! I was like, that sounds bad. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, FS is not doing good. ABC, I kind of figured a little bit. I was like, I mean, if you're, someone that likes maybe medical shows or shows like dealing with like drama, like, crime dramas, then, yeah, you'll probably be into it. And then it has some reality TV element to it too. Man, definitely crazy. Now, the most surprising thing that Bob wants to sell, and it's kind of in a rough space to sell it due to someone else also owning it, is ESPN. He wants to sell ESPN. I wouldn't be surprised if Bob wants to sell Hulu too. Hulu's not doing good either. I've talked about that as well. Only reason it's doing well now is because of anime. Yeah, so that's the thing. And then I forgot to mention one thing too. Speaking of other streaming platform, Disney Plus lost $800 million in subscriptions. Woo! That's a lot of money, y'all. That is a lot of money, 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 money. That's a lot of money being lost as a streaming platform. Remember, after Disney merged with 20th Century Fox, they came out with this platform, and this has probably been the worst year for it if you think about it. They lost $800 million. Like, oh, that is not a good look for the company. When I think about it now, maybe this is the better choice when it comes down to it. Maybe downsizing on certain things could be a better future for it. I love that he's going in the opposite direction. Maybe this is what needs to happen in order for the company to be successful, right? Let's talk about who he's trying to sell it to. What? Who Bob trying to sell it to? Who Bob trying to sell it to? Bob Iger wants to sell Disney Entertainment to Apple. Wow. That's an interesting choice. That's the rumor. I wouldn't be surprised if Apple does buy Disney Entertainment, and let me just explain why. Apple's been trying to buy Sony for a minute, okay? Let's not forget, in the past, Apple wanted to buy Sony. They wanted to get all of like the Marvel content from Sony. This may be the opportunity that they might like actually say, you know what? We're gonna put up the money and say we're gonna buy it. And I wouldn't be surprised the next like couple few years that we hear that Apple is like, yo, they're trying to acquire Disney Entertainment. If Bob gets the right money from them to offer on the table, yeah, that could be the future where we see Disney content on the Apple platform. It's a successful company. I haven't heard too much about Apple doing bad as a company when it comes to like TV shows and movies. Like I said, I don't own Apple TV, but I mean, apparently it's doing it. I haven't heard Apple say, hey, they lost this much money. I mean, I'm sure they lost money, but it hasn't been the amount that Disney is. And I think this is a good thing because Disney is, like I said, in a $1 billion debt. This will help them get out of the debt, some years from now. And maybe this is what is needed. But you guys tell me in the comments, are you surprised that Disney is in $1 billion debt? And my next question is, would you like to see Apple buy the Disney Entertainment? It is a blur living in the world, guys. Thank you so much for commenting, liking, subscribing, and I am out.